So good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Virtuals at Formula Bharat 21-22 Business Presentation Plan Finals under the combustion category. Our judges today include Ryan Rumantir, Director of Analytics at Clarivate, Sharon Hegde, Management Consulting at PwC, and Tribhuvan Singh, Business Development at Ajay Engineering Works. This session will be moderated by myself, Kathy D'Souza, and my colleague, Crystal Furtado. The following are the finalists for this evening. Formula Ashwariders from St. Vincent Pallotti College of Engineering and Technology, Amrita Racing of Amrita School, Amrita Racing, Amrita School of Engineering, Coimbatore, and Team Vegadooth Racing of KLE Technological University, Hubli. Each finalist team will deliver a 3-minute summarized pitch, followed by an in-depth Q&A session with our esteemed panel of judges. Once all teams have completed their sessions, the audience voting link will be made available until 9 p.m. in the YouTube chat box. So now we shall begin with 11 Formula Ashwariders. Team, let us know when you're ready to begin.
We are good to go, ma'am.
Go ahead, you can share your screen.
Are you a motorsports enthusiast and wish to drive an F1 car at least once in your life? But surely, you cannot get up one day and be Hamilton Jr. to drive Mercedes. So what can you really do to fulfill your dreams? You can either wait for years and struggle to become an actual F1 driver, or else our company, Pegasus Racing, have a better option for you, presenting before you a never-seen-before experience at a pocket-friendly price. The question here is, what really makes us stand out? Our 3 distinctive sim units makes all the difference for us. ACE11, our rock-bottom sim unit, incorporating a responsive pedal unit and a steering wheel, having 900-degree rotation. Phoenix F2G, India's first ever F1 to GT convertible rig with an ergonomic seat, definitely a monetary worth. Pegasus F1, our most elite product. The richness of this product comes from its Dolby Atmos, high resolution, and curved screen, with an ambient lighting providing a flexile amusement and adventure. Where is all this going to start from? We have planned to establish our headquarters in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, to get utilities like booming gaming sector, state government facilities available for startup. The showroom will be located in suburban of Ahmedabad, and the plant is located at Sanand in the outskirts of the city. The plant is distributed in 8 acres of area to provide ample space for parking, research and development center, and is designed in proper roadmap with warehouse followed by fabrication department, DAC department, assembly line leading towards aesthetics and inspection. This plant will be equipped with semi-automated machineries to provide ease in all manufacturing practices. We have put our major focus on promotions and productive marketing of our sim units. We have planned to work in 3 stages. In stage 1, we'll be using activities like product launch events, BTL marketing, and social media marketing for our immediate exposure. In stage 2, we have planned to collaborate with malls, gaming lounges, and driver training institutes. In stage 3, we'll be using strategies like ATL marketing, content marketing to attract our customers. So now that you know what our product is, what we require from you is a possession of 13.17 crore, of which your investment will be 4.5 crore. Now, what should you expect back from us? A splendid equity share of 30% in our company. These statistics will allow us to reach our break-even in second year, providing you an astonishing ROI of 44.7%. In 2021, if money was to be invested smartly, it should be invested wisely. And surely, investing in our company won't just be profitable, but surely beneficial too. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Vichi. At this time, we're going to start the Q&A session. So Ryan, you may go ahead.
Excellent. Thank you, team. Congratulations on making it to the finals here. A few questions from my end to start. So, I mean, the gaming sector is at an all-time high. It's a smart move to target such a market, catering to the at-home nature during a pandemic. But what market research have you done to suggest that you'll be able to capture a meaningful proportion of this market with a racing simulator?
Yes, sir. I would be answering that question. Actually, in this COVID pandemic time, we see a very huge growth in this Indian gaming racing industry. And as we know that this Indian gaming industry, over 55% of is dominated by the racing genre. So we have done our research in that sector.
Also, I would like to add on that. After our research, we found out that there are around 2.7 billion gamers across the globe, and from which India constitutes 13.6% of it. And the Indian gaming industry was valued about 90 billion rupees in 2020 and is estimated to grow up to 143 billion rupees by 2022. So we choose India as our initial market.
Okay, very good. And tying into that, could you tell me more about your plan for mall collaborations and with gaming lounges? What data do you have to suggest that this is the right approach given just recent lockdowns that limit people's time in crowded areas like malls and lounges?
Talking about gaming lounges, so right now the pandemic, like the situation is good, and slowly the malls are opening. So we don't only provide our simulators in mall, but actually we are delivering that at home too. So if you're low on budget, so you can just bought the basic model, that is AC11, and you can just plug it and play at your home.
Also, for talking about gaming lounges, we are collaborating with various malls across these major cities and gaming lounges and private training institute. Here, we will be providing our customers who can't afford such high-end simulators with hands-on experience on our simulators. Which will eventually create trust among our customers, ensuring our good reliability and the standards that we have we have decided to make this industry.
Excellent. And tying into that then, you know, there are already a lot of racing simulators out in the market, whether they are at home or some of the higher end models that you'd find in a gaming lounge or a mall. What has your market research told you about how you might be able to differentiate from your competitors?
Yes, sir. Can we just share, Vedant, can you share the supporting talk? We have categorized our competitors into two categories, like Logitech and Thrustmaster, which are the global names in this industry regarding this particularly simulator industry, these companies are from dominating the global level, and these companies are dominating on global level, and their product need to be directly imported to India. Hence, there are many heavy duties, which eventually makes their product quite expensive to buy. And other category two, which is Indian startups like Hindustan Racing and In Racing, which are manufacturing their products, but they are also depending on these big giants like Logitech and Thrustmaster for their steering and product. We are manufacturing in-house simulators, which will eventually reduce the cost, and we will provide more to the customers.
And also to add on my colleague's point, we are not providing solution to the existing problems. We are providing solution to the problems of the simulator, like to the people which are facing problem from the existing simulators. Like talking about Logitech, so there are some problems that people are facing about Logitech, not the existing problem. The existing problem is already addressed by Logitech, and we are now addressing the problems faced by the existing simulator in the market. So we are actually different from them.
Understood. Okay, so switching gears more to maybe more of an HR perspective here. Your business plan mentioned the need for highly skilled engineers and the best talent from this pool. What will you do to attract and then retain that talent?
Yes, sir, I would be taking that question. So, as our product requires very tech-heavy and software-intensive work, we require acquisition of skilled engineers who can develop and maintain the uniqueness of our product in this market. And as you mentioned that yes, it is a tech-heavy product. We are providing our employees with a 2 months of counseling with under our HRs to get the proper knowledge related to our products and have a clear vision in their mind to help us even faster. And
I would
Okay,
like to
great.
add on that.
Go ahead.
Actually, we are hiring 92 employees for the manufacturing of our products in the first year. Also, we will be providing flexible work hours to our employees. Plus, the salary will be beneficial for them, enough for them to actually sustain. And for retaining the employees, we'll be also providing options like option pool for the skilled employees and ESOP, that is employee share ownership plan for the customers. And the training period will be there of almost 2 to 3 months to actually making them strong enough to make our products more innovative and long-term stay.
Ryan, we will now have to move on to Sharon.
Thank you, team.
Thank you, Ryan. Sharon, you may go ahead.
Hi, good evening, team. I went through your financials, but unfortunately they were all separate sheets, and I wasn't able to, evaluate the valuation model. I could see only ref errors on the valuation model. So could you please, show me your valuation methodology right now? Maybe you can present it and walk me through how you guys have done the valuation.
Sure, sir. So you can go through the link, it's already updated. Like the reference problem was already solved. Now you can properly refer the values.
So I click the link, it opens a drive folder, and each of your sheets have been separately stored. It's not like one Excel model. So all your formulas are not, not working because they are different sheets now. So I'm not able to understand how the valuation has been done. So if you open that, you can see all ref errors. That happens when the sheets are separated.
Okay, sir. Is my screen visible?
Yeah, it's visible. You can open the sheet. Could you go to the valuation? Yeah. Could you walk me through this? How would you arrive at the valuation of your company?
Okay. So we have used APV method for valuation of our company, and first we have calculated the NPV, and for calculating the NPV, actually the initial investment we required was 13.17 crore, and the annual returns we were getting were 6.7 crores, and
what do you mean by return? Is that the profit? What do you mean by annual return?
It's a net profit.
So your net profit is close to 50%.
Yeah, it's 6.7 crore rupees.
Okay.
And the NPV we were getting was 20.3 crores.
Okay. For how many years?
This NPV was for 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah, and the debt interest we considered was 5%, and the net in the shareholders equity, which was 4.5 of investors, and 2.3 was self funding, and the total was 7.17 crore, and that gave us the NPV to 20.34.
Wait, for NPV, don't you have to use a discount factor?
Sir, I would like to answer that question. Actually, for calculating the NPV, we have considered the formula initial investment plus actual return upon return on investment. So we have
What is that?
calculated.
What is that formula for? What is that
It is
formula
for
for?
NPV. It is for NPV particularly.
Okay, so what is NPV?
Net present value of a company.
And when you isn't that considering the time value of money? So the formula that you said is not considering the time value of money. So you're saying initial investment plus returns divided by initial investment. Where is the time value of money being accounted in this NPV formula?
Actually, NPV is calculated by considering the initial investment. That is, in APV, we have not actually considered the debt. That is, the assumption is like that the business is totally funded by the equity and not by debt. In the first step, that is for calculating the NPV. And in the second step, that is the present value of a company. It is actually the tax shield, interest tax shield, where we have actually considered the tax benefits that we are getting by paying the debt interest.
Okay, what is the full form of APV?
Adjusted present value method.
Okay. And now coming to your assumption sheet. I see that your marketing expenditure, you've not divided it as per the years. So is there a reason for that? Is that the total expenditure for all the years? And if that's the case, do you think spending only 25 lakhs for 5 years is sufficient as your marketing expenses? Or you can give me a rationale behind, for example, let's say influencer marketing. How did you arrive at the 5 lakh number?
So I would like to answer that question. This we have used 25 lakh rupees for the initial year for the promotions, which will include our website designing, social media marketing, influencer marketing, and we will also be conducting product launches in malls for promotional purposes. We will be conducting ATL and BTL, and we will also be using e-commerce platform. And
So
this
can you give me
25
the
lakh.
rationale behind one of these expenses? For example, e-commerce platform. Just tell me what is the rationale behind allocating 20,000 rupees for that? Or is that just a random number that you threw there?
Actually, sir, we have researched that for developing and for month the expenditure for e-commerce platforms comes around 18,000 to 20,000 rupees. So we have assumed 20,000 for e-commerce.
Do you have a source? Do you have a source for that mentioned, kept in this model anywhere?
No, sir. Actually,
So
there's no
ideally, you
source.
should have
But
put the sources right next to the numbers in the assumption sheet. And why have you not put the cost for all the 5 years? Because in your PNL that should be reflected, right? So what number is flowing into your PNL for marketing expenses for year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5?
okay, sir.
Sharan,
So we
just
have
a last
added.
question before we move on to the next judge.
Sure, Kathy.
Okay. So we for marketing purpose, we have used 50,000 rupees every month, and it is for all 5 years. And that 25 lakh rupees was for promotional purposes, and it will be for first year. And this we have included 50,000 for all years, like as you can see. This is for
No,
first year.
this is every month 50,000, and it doesn't tie up with the marketing 25 lakh which you quoted earlier for 1 year. So that is not consistent.
Sir, actually, the 25 lakhs we have mentioned, it is actually only for the promotion purposes, and 50,000 will be spending each month of the 5 years. Also, we haven't increased our marketing budget, but we will be hiring employees every year, more employees for particularly the marketing team for the effective marketing of our products.
Okay, all right, yes, thank you.
Thank you, Sharan. Tribhuvan, you may go ahead.
Good evening, team. Thank you so much for the presentation, and congratulations for making it to the finals. Let's talk about the implementation of the project. So my first question would be, are you guys making the child parts in-house, or are you sourcing them outside and just assembling them?
I would like to answer that question, sir. Uh, Actually, we are making almost everything in our factory only. Like from just the uh, talking about the electronic part, we are also manufacturing it in. But some raw material we will be importing.
Okay, so all of your parts will be made in-house. So may I ask, why have you taken that decision? Why not source the parts outside and just assemble them?
So we thought that making in-house will be more beneficial rather than relying on other sources or other vendors for that. And we actually bought the equipment, like the equipments are already in the market, so we thought to buy them and just make it in-house.
I
All
would
right.
like to add on that. Uh, we have actually planning to buy the advanced machineries for the production, and also it will reduce the cost that is we are requiring for the manufacturing of our products. If we import it from somewhere else, we'll be needing more cost. And on the other hand, if we are only importing the raw material and we are using our machineries, it will be a long investment for us, investing in machineries rather than investing in the cost of importing. So that's why we have taken this decision, and also we wanted to make it all ours. So yeah.
Okay, so just to be clear, making it in-house is cheaper than exporting it from outside. Is that what you're saying?
Actually, we want it for the long term, and we don't want it to be imported time to time from some other suppliers. Yeah, surely we'll be planning for a partnership with some other firms later in the future. But right now, as we are expanding, as we are spending so much of money on our machineries, we don't want it to
Okay.
be spent on somewhere else.
All right. So in that case, if you're making all the child parts in-house, can you take me through the basic machineries and raw materials that you would require for implementing this?
Yes, sure, sir. We'll be sharing the screen for the document.
Sure. And in the meantime, while you're sharing the screen, can someone tell me what is the peak production capacity of your plant?
So in the first year, we are there are three products of ours. The basic product is ACE11, which is the cheapest one. Second one is Phoenix F2G, and third one is Pegasus F1. So 1,000 models of ACE11 will be manufactured in the first year. Then 400 models of Phoenix F2G will be manufactured in the first year itself, and Pegasus F1 will be manufacturing almost hundreds of products in the first year, and gradually we'll be increasing the number of models per year.
Okay. Are you sharing the screen?
Yes, is it visible?
Yes, yes. So these are the material we'll be using for the particular components, and after that, which machines will be using, like die casting for the wheel and wheel spokes, and we'll be using reaction injection molding machine for the injecting the polyoxymethylene over the aluminum wheel for good steering wheel.
All right. So in your budget, have you taken costs for such machines?
Yes, sir.
Could you show me that reference?
Yeah, may I share the screen, Vedant?
Yes. And have you taken some reference
Yes.
from the market what these machines cost?
Yes, actually we have researched about it.
Tribhuvan, just 30 seconds left until we end today's session.
All right. If it's not there, it's okay, team. I think we can end it here. All right. Thank you, team.
Thank you, sir.
All right. And this ends our session with 11 Formula Ashwariders. Team, good job on your efforts today. We wish you the best in your results in the overall event. At this time, we request you to exit the session so that we can have the next team join in. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Great job, team.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
For those on our YouTube channel and for our judges, our next team with us today is 22 Amrita Racing from Amrita School of Engineering, Coimbatore.
Hello investors, I am Amrit, welcoming you to the business plan presentation of Amrita Racing. Let me take some time to introduce our farm team, our CEO, Ms. Harshini, and myself, CMO. Coming to the problem, humans have always been fascinated by motion and speed right from our birth, and there has been a lack of awareness and services in our country towards racing. However, that does not curb the fascination for it. Across India, the appeal towards racing has seen an explosion growth over the last few years. Cases of accidents due to overspeeding, illegal street races are known from time to time. Amrita Racing aims to bring a change in this regard by delivering a product which is designed without any compromise in safety and performance. Customers who buy our product will have access to frequent track days organized by the company and also entitled to indulge in a few technical sessions to get a better understanding and handling of our sophisticated race machine, Phoenix. Phoenix has a powerful Ninja 650 engine and top-notch specifications. Now, my teammate Harshini will be continuing the presentation.
Thank you, Amrit. Moving on to the marketing. The marketing goals are achieve profitable growth in sales and services, build and expand the customer base and racing community, and create a strong recreational motorsport brand in India. The target market for us are professional racers, weekend races, and also the motorsport enthusiasts. The main market strategy is the Indian Formula Challenge, which is the IFC. The Indian Formula Challenge is the exclusive Formula style race championship organized by Amrita Racing. The main aim behind this event is to provide F1 style experience to our customers. The IFC, like Formula 1, will have the scrutiny, practice sessions, qualifiers, and then the race. The IFC will take place over a period of 6 months in the FMSCA accredited karting and race tracks in South India. These are the 4 race tracks, 12 months, 4 tracks, and 8 races, and there is 1 championship. Moving on to the financials, the total amount being raised for the company is 3 crores, out of which 1 crore is invested by the investors and 2 crores is invested by the owners. 75 lakhs is a loan amount from bank. The on-track price of the vehicle is 7,25,000 and we break even at 24 months with 71 units. The ROI for the investors at the end of second year is 14% and fourth year is 35% respectively. The implementation plan. So we have the idea and concept, and then we look for you for the investment, and so we can have the marketing plan, human resources people, and then we build the team so that we can build the car, and then we'll ignite rev race. We have come to the end of the presentation pitch deck, and we hope that you would join us aboard in our racing journey. Thank you very much for your attention throughout this presentation.
Thank you, team. We will now open the Q&A session. Ryan, you may go ahead.
Very good, team. Great job. It's a noble pursuit to try and find a solution to decrease the accidents, injuries, and mortality of street racing. Beyond a business, it's something that benefits society. So it's a great idea. Within your business plan, one of your keys to success is that all employees must be true and loyal to the brand Amrita Racing and develop the company in a decent pace. It's a great objective and indeed critical to success. How do you plan on building that type of loyalty from your employees?
While recruiting people, we'll make sure that each one of the employees that we are going to recruit is well in every aspect, not only in technical aspects. We make sure that the employee is following ethics and managing things in proper way.
Understood. So that's with regards to, I think that still speaks to your expectations of your employees. How do you plan to build that from them? What are you doing to incentivize them to give you that type of loyalty?
We recruit people and train and prepare new employees for their role, basing on the role requirement, and we provide training opportunities to keep up employees up to date in their respective fields. We'll prepare management prospects and provide feedback to employees and managers up to date. We believe in continued education, so we'll provide learning opportunities in the workplace, and we believe that it is an excellent way to ignite companies' growth.
Okay, understood. Now speaking of the HR components of your company, I believe your business plan mentioned the CEO, CMO, COO overlooking ops, finance, marketing, and HR. Which one of you will take ownership of HR and why?
I'm the chief marketing officer of the team, so I'm gonna take HR under my control.
Okay, and why would the chief marketing officer take responsibility for HR?
It is actually the direct contact to the market. The direct contact to the market is from the chief marketing side. So recruiting people has to be like with respect to the market, and the need has to be with respect to the market. And I think chief marketing officer should handle HR.
Alrighty. Okay, so I think within your business plan, you also mentioned a focus on encouraging female racers. What are the challenges you expect to face in trying to bring equality to the sport, and how do you plan to overcome them?
Actually, we are gonna find female racers or the women who are interested in racing field or technical field, and we are gonna give them encouragement and support. We are gonna do surveys and find the females that are interested in this aspect of entertainment or motorsport, and we are gonna recruit them into a company and make sure that they are safe and satisfied with whatever there is in the company.
Excellent. So not only are you planning to develop an equally female audience or consumer base, but also have that pushing for equality within your company as well?
Yes, sir. Exactly.
Okay. And again, what is your plan on doing that and ensuring that you're just equally as welcoming to female employees?
Sir, can you repeat the question?
Yeah. So what is your plan to ensure that your company is in a way just as equally as welcoming to female employees?
We conduct surveys not only for racing for the potential customers, but then also we conduct surveys in different colleges and different colleges to get the female enthusiasts towards racing, and we try recruiting them and make sure that they join the company. And female enthusiasts towards racing are we're gonna get them through our potential targeted market, and we're gonna make surveys in different cities that we can get to the potential female customers.
Yep. And did you have a specific goal of what are your goal or objectives with regards to building that that female workforce within your company?
Actually, we not perfectly stand on the goals, but then we recruit female enthusiasts in different aspects, like not only in HR, but then also if they're interested and technically sound, we recruit them into the design aspect and other manufacturing unit like that.
All right, Ryan. One more question before we move on to the next judge.
Sure. Okay. Now, last question here. Then you're offering a premium product. Customers will definitely expect premium customer service. Which part of your organization is responsible for customer service and satisfaction, and what are their KPIs for customer satisfaction?
So just a second. Ashni, can you go to the service? So our service model, we make sure that the customers are satisfied not only while buying the car, but then also they are satisfied after buying the product. So we make sure that everything is going perfect in service style, like online service, booking service. Like we make sure that the car once came in with complaints will go after clearing all the complaints, and we make sure that all the tools that are used in service department are well the best equipment is used in the tools side, and we use superior quality of the parts, and we almost manufacture all the parts in our company. So mostly we manufacture the parts, so there is no quality issues in the parts. And we have a membership program for service for 5 years, for the first 5 years after buying the car. And our service will be on demand, and it'll always be scheduled. Yeah, that's about the service.
All right, Ryan, we will now move on to our next judge, Sharan.
Thank you, team.
Sharan, you may go ahead.
Hey, hi, good evening, team. So,
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Can you walk me through your DCF model? So I see that you projected for the next 6 years, but you guys don't have a terminal value for arriving at your, the final valuation. Can you tell me how you guys have done this?
Yes, sir. So we have projected our calculation for the 6 years. We have used this DCF analysis, but there is one small disadvantage for calculating the terminal value, because since this is a startup, we don't know the exact year till when we'll withstand. So this is one small disadvantage of calculating the terminal value in this DCF analysis. So the projection what we have made is for the first 6 years. So we calculated the free cash flow, that is the profit or loss of each year, and then we have kept the discount factor. So with that, by dividing that, we get the future cash flow. So this is how we have done that.
But wouldn't that kind of undervalue your company if you're just valuing it for the next 6 years? Because that would imply that your company is only going to be running for the next 6 years.
Yes, sir. Since this is a very niche market of selling an F1 race car, we wouldn't know the exact year till when we'll withstand. So this is for the first 6 years. So when we move on this in the first 6 years, we'll be calculating for the next years also.
Okay, can you move towards the right? Yeah, towards the right,
yes,
where
sir.
you've shown me the formulas.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so there you see the rate of debt you considered is 2.25%. Isn't that really low for a country like India, the rate of debt?
For
Where do you
India,
get that number from? Is there like a source?
Yes, sir. This is by research. We didn't have the exact value. So by reading through a lot of websites and then a lot of YouTube videos, we just got to this amount. Again, since this F1 is a very niche market, so we didn't consider the country into picture, but then we were calculating only the market. So that's why we have kept that as low.
Considering the country is very important, because the rate of debt varies a lot from country to country. So if you come to your first sheet, you have shown me the interest rate for the various banks. So you've done that part of your research.
Yes, sir.
But you guys haven't given the right debt rate in your calculation, which actually it makes a very big difference there, because the risk-free rate of return for debt is close to about 5 to 6% in India. So
okay.
2.25% is very low, which is okay. But can you come to your sheet sales projections and loan expenditure?
Yes, sir.
Right. So here I see that from year to year you are assuming a growth rate of 2.5%. My question is, why didn't you try to arrive at the correct number, and such that the numbers flow from a particular sheet where you actually calculated these costs year on year for every year across all these different cost heads, and then flow all those numbers into the sheet? Why haven't you done that, but instead assumed a 2.5% growth for every cost head, which might not be true, right? Some other cost heads might not grow, or some cost heads might actually decrease as you scale up. It might remain, flat. I mean, for example, let's say administrative overheads, that might not increase, at the same rate as selling and distribution overheads as you scale. So why have you done this, by assuming a simple blanket 2.5% for all the cost heads for all the years?
Yes, sir. We have done the sales projections first. So we were doing research and calculating for each parameter for each thing. And then we did the DCF analysis. So we didn't take this into that. We'll correct it, sir.
Sure. And let me see here.
Sharan, one more question before we move on to Tribhuvan.
Yeah, sure. And can you come to the financials for tracks? The last but one sheet.
Yes, sir.
So here I see that the total cost is just one number, but I don't know for which year it is considered. Is this for all the years, or is this just for the first year?
This is for 1 year, sir, 12 months. So we'll be conducting our Indian Formula Challenge in all the 4 tracks. So each track will come into picture for 2 times. So
okay.
We have contacted.
And so, what is the cost which you've considered for the subsequent years? Is that also increased by that 2.5% which you showed earlier? Is that how you guys have projected
this amount
these
is
costs?
same for every year.
Okay. Have you guys locked in these prices for the next 5 years?
Yes, sir.
So it's like a lease. You guys have leased this for the next 5 years.
It's just 2 days per year, so it's the same amount for every year. We have contacted the persons from the track and then got the costs.
Okay. All right, then. That's all from my side. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Sharan. We'll now move on to Tribhuvan. Tribhuvan, you may go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Kathy. Good evening, team. Thank you for the presentation, and congratulations on reaching to the finals.
Good evening, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So let's talk about implementation of the project. So my first question there would be, are you guys thinking about the land where your plant would be set up? Have you figured out any place for that?
Okay. Just a second.
And also, can you tell me about the size of the land that you require for your project?
Yes, sir. First, we considered the location to be Sri City, sir. And going through that, Sri City is an SEZ. So we get a lot of tax benefits, and other thing is we can get ample of labor over there, and it is connected with all 4 ways of transport, so that we can transport through any, we can import and export the goods to any way of mode of transportation. And can you repeat the question again, sir? The second.
Yeah, can you tell me about the size, an approximate size of the land that you require for your plant?
We almost thought that our manufacturing setup needs a 1 acre of land. So that was the land that we wanna buy. And
okay, and connecting from that, what is your peak production capacity that you're thinking? How many cars would you make in a month, let's say?
In a month, that actually our production is high enough, sir, high enough to withstand any requirement. But then we have a deficit of the amount and the capital for producing more cars in the first primary years, and we'll produce almost 181 units in the year 6. By year 6 we'll achieve 181 units. We have enough space to stock them in our manufacturing setup, manufacturing units itself. And first year we're gonna produce some 60 units, sir.
Okay. All right. So do you think 1 acre of land is sufficient enough for 60 cars?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. For 60 cars, it is high. It is enough, sir. If we are increasing our production, we'll lease some. Anyhow, we're gonna make profits in the year 2 and year 3. If that's the case, we have to produce more units of cars. So actually, it is the reverse. If you are producing more units of the cars, we are gonna make profits, and with those profits, we'll lease some land and for the storage of the cars. Sir.
All right. And during the question answer, I heard that you are also thinking of making all the child parts in-house. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. So
almost 92% of the car is made in-house, sir. And except for the engine, tires and rims and very small components like calipers, etc., we are gonna buy them. Except for those, we make everything in our house itself.
Okay, so for that manufacturing, have you considered all the machinery that would be required?
Yes, sir. These are the machine. We are sharing the screen. Is it visible, sir?
Yeah, I've gone through this list. Do you think this is comprehensive enough for all the parts that you need to manufacture?
Actually, these are the machinery that we are trying to get, sir. And I think this might be enough, sir.
Okay, so would it not make sense to outsource most of the parts from outside rather than make it in-house?
Actually, our main motto is to provide safe experience in racing, sir. I can't promise customers basing on outsourcing parts, and can't promise them regarding the quality of when we outsource the parts. We make sure that every part that we manufacture in our plant is having high factor of safety, and we make sure that it is the quality check is done every now and then, and so that we can promise our customers for a safer experience of racing. And
right.
it would be
yeah, go ahead.
And it would be I think it is less it costs less more it costs less in when we manufacture parts in our plant than outsource it. As it is a niche market, we are not going to outsource more parts. It is not a bulk order, so I don't think we get any discounts while outsourcing the parts. So I think manufacturing them in the plant itself is good enough.
All right. So on your engine that you would be outsourcing. So where do you think you will outsource the engine from?
Actually, in our car, we are using Kawasaki Ninja 650 engine, sir. So we are gonna get our engines from Kawasaki company itself, sir.
Okay, so would you make any arrangement with Kawasaki, or do you think Kawasaki would make any arrangements with you?
We did not yet contact them, sir, but we'll make sure that if everything goes in line, we'll contact them and get our engine. Or if that is not acceptable, we have other engines in our mind. So other companies where we can get engines.
Okay. And
last question before we end.
All right, so just last question. You've mentioned that you would take loan from the bank. So my question would be, have you guys researched what kind of loan would you be taking, and would you need any collateral to
Yes.
support that loan?
Yes, sir. Actually, with the amount that investors pool in, we are gonna buy a land and rent it. Like we're gonna mortgage the land and take it as a land loan, sir.
So you're gonna mortgage the property and then take loan on that.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, team. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
So that ends our session with 22 Amrita Racing. Team, good job on your efforts today. We wish you the best in your results in the overall event. At this time, I would request you to exit the session so that we can invite the final team to in the room. You have a great evening.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Those joining us on our YouTube channel this evening, we have 28 team Vegadooth Racing of KLE Technological University. Team, whenever you're ready, you can begin.
Investors, I am Akshay Joshi, CEO of Team Vegadooth Racing.
And I am Ishan, CFO, Team Vegadooth Racing.
Let's start. While watching your favorite movies, races, or playing simulator games, ever wished you were actually driving the car and feeling the G-force? Imagine capturing every moment of that to share with your friends and family? Wondered how different the real experience is? Look no further. Team Vegadooth Racing presents G-force. Any motorsport enthusiast wanting to experience speed in the most thrilling yet safest way will get to take away finest racetrack experience. Push a race car to its limits on India's best racetracks. Test your vehicle handling skills and have fun. Exceptional cinematography presented at your fingertips to share with what we call autobiography, where everyone gets a chance to portray their unique personality and racing enthusiasm on track while we work to make it look great on screens. All this, a package well enough to give you a totally hassle-free experience. All you got to do is book the slot and arrive at track. Say hello to speed now, while we take care of cars, tracks, fuel fixes, and very importantly, your safety. We realistically expect to acquire 15 lakh customers out of 3.5 crore total market. Two key customer segments are age group between 18 to 30 and 31 to 45. Further, we are also streamlining corporate day out plans. Talking about the product, it's a tightly packed thrilling experience of 45 minutes. Initially, standard experience is priced at rupees 10,000 with everything inclusive, and year 2 marks excitingly the start of pro experience with a completely new car offering the best of everything.
To make people aware about G-force, channels such as YouTube and Instagram will be used to share customer stories and experiences, helping us expand our brand's reach. Along with this, we will make sure that the best experience is provided to the customer in order to gain consumer-generated marketing, helping us economically increase our customer base. Also, initially, automobile reviewers will be given free early access and gamers will be given a true ride experience so that they can spread the word that one simply cannot simulate it and must experience it firsthand. To provide this thrilling experience to our customers, we need an investment of 1.5 crores from your side. For our business valued at 8.6 crores, this accounts for 17.5% share, but we are offering an additional 7.5% for helping us grow as a company in financial parameters and customer acquisition process. The investment will provide you with an ROI of 47% with an annualized ROI of 8%. Majority of your investment will be utilized to manufacture our cars, while the remaining will be used for paying track rent, marketing, and purchasing equipment. So come join us in providing our customers hassle-free service and autobiography to cherish, yet action-packed yet safe rides, all while earning big bucks. Only at G-force, coming soon at your nearest tracks.
All right, thank you, team.
Yeah,
we will now
thank
be
you.
opening the Q&A session. We shall go ahead with Ryan. Please go ahead.
Great. Thanks, Kathy, and thanks, team, for that great video. It's an interesting angle to profit off of a behavioral shift to social media and capturing experiences. Beyond what you're calling autobiography, how else do you plan to maximize your business based off of a customer's needs to have a social media or digital presence?
Yeah, speaking about autobiography, we would be including a part of their life, as in why they are interested in motorsports, how it connects to them. So with that, we would be they would be posting on their social media as well. So that would be one of the major things that would get us perpetual marketing. So it would get us word of mouth. So that way we can spread to more people and attract customers.
Okay, and I guess beyond autobiography, what is your differentiator between your competitors, and what have you done to validate in say market research to validate your differentiator?
Yes, sir. So adding to that, many people also tend to go to very dangerous ways to show this out. So they try to take videos on roads of your vehicles going fast. So that also we are trying to solve here, where we are giving them complete video package. So it's including even drone footage. So this complete video package even helps them not go to dangerous extents and put their lives at risk.
Yeah. Okay, very good. Another question with regards to your market sizing here. How do you expect your SAM and TAM to grow in the next, say, 5 to 10 years, and why? So what are the driving factors of that growth? And how do you also plan to influence your SOM, the obtainable markets, in your favor?
Yeah, one thing that would be majorly adding to increase of a SOM is we are expanding to new tracks, as in we are expanding to 2 new tracks in India. We had started with Kari Motor Speedway as an year one. So with that, MMRT and BIC would be next additions. So in that way, we would increase our serviceable obtainable market.
Okay. Maybe switching gears quickly here to more of an HR mindset. I believe your business plan mentioned that you're offering 7% equity to your core team. How do you know that 7% is the right amount to distribute to the team?
So to answer that, what we are offering is 7%. After that, 1% goes to the CTO, while CFO and CEO are getting 34%. So to answer why 7% is the right amount, we are distributing to a large team. So when we were looking for average, what values are given. So when we are distributing 7%, 1% goes to CTO, and for others, we are getting 0.5 to 0.25%. So this seems like a valuable amount which we can share to them and help us retain them for a long period.
Of course, and what would be the terms of this equity? Are these RSUs with a vesting period or otherwise?
Yes, sir. For this, we have a vesting period of 3 years, where if you leave the company, you don't get any of these benefits.
Okay. I also noticed that the CFO will be responsible for HR along with marketing on top of what I expect to be finance as well. Why have your CFO run HR, and how will they compartmentalize or prioritize duties of finance versus HR, which can sometimes be on the opposite ends of an issue?
Yes, sir. To answer that, why we are putting HR under CFO is we wanted all the strategy put in place by HR to come together with all the financing which we are doing. So we don't want there to be any disturbances over there. So all the strategies should match over there. Also, when we are giving any employee their revenue, their salaries, we want those to also match. So CFO would be the best person to head the HR.
Just adding to that, they both would be reporting to the CEO finally.
Understood. Okay. Now, your business plan also mentions that you'll develop a plan of HR initiatives to achieve and promote behaviors, cultures, and competencies to achieve your organization's goals. Can you elaborate on what these initiatives might be?
Yes, sir. So we are trying to organize seminars in our offices where we get to know each other. Some cultural meetings will take place. Everything will be organized in such a way that if no one is unhappy over there, even we'll be giving importance to women's safety. No harassment cases or anything such will be tolerated. So all such things will be taken care of, increasing our customer satisfaction.
Okay, and with that, what are the competencies that you'll be prioritizing within that culture?
One of the core competencies we want to have our employees inculcated is we are a team that interacts with customers on the track. So if we want them to be customer friendly, that is one of the main things we want to inculcate as a key competency.
Okay, and a last question for me, I think I still have time for. You have definitely some direct competitors. Why would a potential employee candidate choose to work at your company versus at a competitor?
Well, one of the major things we as a team focus is employees are also interested in motorsports as a general thing. So that is what bonds us more. So we would be expanding to new tracks, giving them new experiences, new horizons, compared to our competitors who are only restricted to specific tracks or specific experiences. We will expand to new tracks as well as we will bring in new cars. That is one of the major attractions, I believe.
All right,
perfect. Thank you, team.
Thank you. Sharan, you may go ahead.
Sure. Thanks, Kathy. Good evening, team.
Good.
So my first question is, if you come to highlight scenario 1 sheet, I see that year on year you are increasing the cost per ride increases, which is natural. So it has increased from 4,100 to 4,340 at when we come to year 5. But the sale price, you haven't changed it at all. Why aren't you increasing the sale price when your cost is increasing?
The sale price for year 1 and 2 is 10,000 and 12,000. So year 2 would be pro experience starting. It would cost 12,000. So from year 3, 4, and 5, it would be priced at rupees 12 and 15,000 respectively. And during our research regarding this adventures, sports, these kind of business, one of the major customer likings was the pricing would ideally, they want them to remain same. So not much fluctuation of prices was one of the key factors we kept in mind.
I mean, obviously the customers wouldn't want the price to increase. That is normal. But as a business, you need to consider you need to ensure that your profit margins are maintained. No? So you haven't shown me the profit margin percentages here, but if your cost is increasing and if the sales price is kept constant for 3, 4, and 5, your profit margin will take a hit. So, and no investor will want to be in a business where profit margins are decreasing. So you cannot just listen to the customer all the time, right? Your business, obviously, you need to make some decisions which are important for the health of your business as well. Okay, that's number one. Second thing is, so in your valuation model, I see that the discount rate that you have taken is 12.5%. Can you tell me how you came to that number? Arrived at that number?
Sure. Since we were a startup, we did not have a discount factor to be calculated from historic data. So we searched for industry available weighted average cost of capital. We searched for how they calculate their valuation. So we saw in the automotive sector of 2022 to 2022, it was between 10 to 12.5%. So taking in we thought it would be conservative to consider 12.5%.
Did you not try to calculate it by yourself, the weighted average cost of capital using the formula? Or you just looked at some report?
We actually, as in we did not have any historic data. So it's a startup. So we did not have any historic data to calculate. And we had a document to look at. We got a good reference to look at.
Okay. Got it. And also, I see that you've used EBITDA for your for arriving at your valuation of your company. Why not the unlevered free cash flow? Why have you considered EBITDA instead of the unlevered free cash flow?
Yes, sir. So when we are looking for finding the valuation, we thought the majority of places we found EBITDA being used, and that's one of the reasons we used EBITDA over there. Also because it was taking into account all our depreciation also, which we were getting a huge amount.
No, it's not accounting for depreciation, no, because it's earnings before depreciation. Where did you learn the valuation from? Any source that you learned? Was it a YouTube video? Who was it? Was it CFI? Where do you guys learn this method from?
We had learned it from multiple sources actually. YouTube was a major source. There was something called as ey.com, and Corporate Finance Institute was one of them.
So in CFI, they don't use EBITDA, they use the unlevered free cash flow, and you have calculated it as well if you come to your cash flow statement, and you guys didn't use it. So can you tell me about the depreciation sheet? Can you walk me through that quickly?
Sure. I'll be sharing the sheet. Yes.
No, actually, instead of that, can you talk about the distribution sheet, not the depreciation? I couldn't understand what it was about.
Yes, sure. So basically how we are distributing the cash which we are getting in. So in the top you can see cash in and cash out. So like all the cash which is coming in for that for financial year and all the cash which is going out and the total cash remaining. So what we wanted to do was we wanted to match this with whatever we are spending in. So as you can see in the breakup one, we are showing how investors' money is going to which one of the sector. Same with bank loan revenue and all. So that's what we wanted to show you how we are dividing each of your investment into what all parts for that particular year. Also from this we wanted to show how when we are saying we are using investors' money for 13% for marketing, how we are distributing it that throughout the year.
Okay, you've taken bank loan as well. Any interest rate that you guys have used? Which bank has given you loan for a startup?
Yes, sir. So this is Aditya Birla Capitals which we found, and the interest rate is 15%.
And is that 1 crore? 1 crore loan?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, under what government scheme are you getting 1 crore loan for a startup?
It was based under credit scheme for MSME industries, which was a collateral free loan.
Sharon, last question before we move on to Tribhuvan.
Yeah, sure. My last question is, coming to the cost, the next sheet, that is, I see that electricity is shown under fixed cost, but electricity is not a fixed cost, right? It keeps changing every month. So why have you put it under fixed cost? Even water bill, an office rent, I understand, but what about electricity bill and water bill?
Yes, sir. So our major electricity bill was coming only from our office, and we found that it will almost remain the same because number of employees in our office were not increasing drastically. Our track numbers were increased, so we saw that there's not much.
But what if the government changes the rate? What about
Actually,
the electricity distribution companies change the rate per kilowatt hour?
The year-on-year costs have been adjusted for the inflation rates as well. We have increased the total cost year by year.
No, I see. I'm going to year 3. It's still 5,000 rupees for the electricity bill.
Yes, sir. If you go to the top of the sheet, you'll find the grand total and after inflation rate over there.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon. Tribhuvan, you may go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Kathy. Good evening, team. Thank you so much for the presentation and congratulations for reaching to the finals.
Thank you, sir.
So let's talk about implementation of the project. I would like to split this question and answer in 3 aspects. First, the car, then the cinematography, and then the track. So let's start with the car. So who will be making the car for you? Are you guys making it in-house or is someone manufacturing the car for you?
In the initial period, we will be tying up with third-party assembly services. So they would be assembling the car for us.
Okay. Would you be asking for any specific, specifications, or they just provide you the car and you just buy it from them?
The car would be completely designed by us, and the spare parts and all the equipment would be chosen, and we would actively be involving with third-party assembler throughout the manufacturing phase.
Okay. Have you identified any such, third parties who do such work?
We have researched a few. We haven't keyed in any of them, but since we were starting operations from Coimbatore, so we found it's a major motorsports manufacturing hub, automotive manufacturing hub. So we found it would be pretty easy to get a assembler or engineering works department, engineer works.
All right. And will they also manage the cars for you? Will they maintain the cars for you, or will you do it?
We actually have a separate team on track for maintenance. We have a track maintenance department, so they would be carrying out the maintenance tasks.
Okay. And once the thing is done, where do you keep the vehicles?
We would be in partnership with race tracks. So their spare garages that would remain empty would be acquired by us. They would give it to us. So after the service experience is done, we would be storing it there.
Okay. So how many cars are you estimating you will have let's say in a year?
In the year one, we want to start with 20 cars.
20 cars, and you will have those 20 cars distributed in different tracks?
Year one, 20 cars, we will be starting from one track itself, that is Kari Motor Speed. And going into the further track expansion milestones, that is year 2 and 3, we would get involved in more cars. We'll get more cars manufactured.
Okay, so in the first year, you would be storing 20 cars at the track itself?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so coming to the next aspect, which is cinematography. So is that an in-house team, or would you outsource this aspect?
We as a company would be buying all the equipments necessary, and a team would be hired. That would be an in-house team.
Okay, and can you tell me what all are you planning in cinematography? What all type of equipments are you going to use, and what all skills you would require in that team?
Sure. We would be, we have roughly split it into 3 sections. That is, one is videography, main professional videography. Next is a drone. We would get a drone operator. Then third is the action camera that would be mounted on a car. The skills required in addition to shooting and operating this equipment would be an editor, which we have in our team, and an assistant to help with arranging all of these equipments and on track.
Okay. And have you included all these equipment in your budget?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So next part would be the track. What sort of arrangement or agreement would you be doing with the tracks?
Since we will be bringing major footfall to the tracks, which is almost a very consistent footfall, consistent customer base we are bringing in. So we will be paying them an agreed amount, which is currently 500 rupees per service, per ride.
Okay, so is it like roll in any time, or do you fix certain days that you would do this? How is the agreement? Can you explain more?
So yes, sir. So we are on the track for 5 days, and all the 5 days we are working from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Where we will be working on the tracks in partnership with the tracks. Although they have very small footfall, and we are giving them continuous footfall throughout the years. That's one of the reasons why they will be allowing us with this. Also, in case there is some event on the track, we have 2 days, Monday and Wednesday, declared as holidays for our employees. So either one of these will be given the holiday. So in case Monday you have an event over there on the track, we'll shift to the Wednesday, where Monday our employees will be getting holiday.
Okay. And if you talk about the track, as you've chosen Kari Motor Speedway as your initial track, you must be aware that the track is quite far away from the city. So how would you tackle that problem?
So even though Kari Motor is very far, not far from the city, there are many ways you can travel to them, and we'll be promoting this ways also. So right now we have no strategic plan to include any vehicle service, but in the future, as we generate more cash flow, we want this is one of the ideas which we're thinking, where we can partnership with some taxi unions or some in that way, where they will be ferrying them to our motorsports club, and also they can some tourist packages can be provided, where we are also included as one of them.
Okay. And what other tracks are you thinking of expanding to?
Later, we would be planning to expand to BI, first MMRT and then BIC.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, team.
Okay.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Thank you.
All
Thank you very much.
All right, team, we've come to the end of our session, and a good job. Apologies, I was on mute. So good job, team, and we wish you the best for the rest of the event. At this time, we ask you to exit the session so we can end today's finals. So to those on...
This was a great time.
Thank you, Akshay. Thank you, Ishan. For those on our YouTube channel, that is a wrap for today's event. Much thanks to our judges for being a part of the virtuals at Formula Bharat 2122 business plan finals. The audience voting link is now live on the YouTube chat box. The voting slot will be open until 9 p.m. IST. Voting will be restricted to 1 vote per login. The winner of the FBV 21-22 CV BPP Audience Vote will be announced at the award ceremony on November 2nd. Thank you all and have a wonderful evening.